I will not let poison ivy keep me from talking about this news. Lord, poison ivy can derail your life quickly. It's been about a week and a half since I got it, and it travels everywhere that your sweat travels, and oh boy. But I'm almost over it, and this is important. I'm seeing something that all your YouTube influencers, and I listen to Jake Claver and them. You get a lot of different data points, and then you kind of put your own stuff together. Well, what they talk about and what for financials and global political geoeconomics and politics, timing is everything. Synchronization actually is a huge variable in the equation, and I'm seeing some synchronicity coming up for tomorrow, Wednesday, the 29th. Now, let me just check my volume on my phone really quick to make sure I'm talking. Can confirm I am actually doing this pretty much correctly. Okay, we're going to jump into this. I don't really have anything prepared. I have some things I just want to talk about, and then once I get going, I don't shut up. So that's how we're going. That's how it's going to happen. So we're sitting here. This is a Tuesday afternoon. Um, Body full of poison ivy. Try not to itch it. Where USD and JPY is hanging tough. We're right at the almost at the maximum limit point, 161, 162. That's extreme danger zone. And live crude oil and yen, where that's 60% increase in a couple months, and that's just at the very top. Imagine that trickling down. I mean, Japanese, they noodles is getting expensive. Um, yeah, so that's happening. That's up there, but it's still within like maximum tolerance, like where it's bad. A smoke dog SMQ DQG. He was doing some posts on X, and he was like, "Hey, it's." He was showing documents, and he backed up his research and everything. And he said, "It's not really that bad." Or I won't quote him, but you can see his post. And I just kind of said, just a shit post, and then go on to the next thing. I was like, "What? LOL." But then he tweeted me back. He's like, "What? Need some clarity?" And I was like, "But sorry, I'm trying to send something." 1 second, 1 second, podcast. I'm getting texts and I'm sending a thing, and all right, almost done. All right, that's pretty good. All right, sorry about that. I always think about sending the text next, and I got my headphones on, so now the audio's coming through my ears or my headset. All right, let me just cut that. Oh boy, wish I could change my voice. Maybe I'll just talk a little darker and deeper. That was dumb. All right. And so that's happening. This is in the background. We're up 500 yen today, about 3% today, up, 60% in the last couple months of the live crude oil in yen. And like it's just constant pressure that's constantly increasing. And on top of that, the SEC, the Evernorth filed their S-1, which means we're ready to close and go live. They filed that with the SEC 19 days ago, and the SEC has 20 days to deny Evernorth going live. So tomorrow is the last day, or maybe today's the last day, and they'll go live tomorrow. But anyways, I'm watching, the stock exchange opening tomorrow morning 9:30. We could get a surprise. So, and on top of that, XRP Las Vegas kicks off tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow at some time. Yeah, maybe noon or something like that. So all your big crypto bros, because Bitcoin Las Vegas is going on right now. So crypto bros are already there. So like, there's all that stuff going on in the background. Tomorrow, there's a non-zero chance that Evernorth goes live. And if you don't know what Evernorth is, I'll definitely go into that because that's a sleeper. Um, well, not a sleeper at all, but I don't think many people know about it. Same thing with MCGA, which is the Crow. They're called digital asset treasuries, DATs. They're pure play, which is they go all hard into the paint on just one token. They don't diversify. They don't do that. They just go to one token. And Evernorth is pure XRP. And I bring up MCGA because it's another example of a DAT, digital asset treasury. But I call them deep liquidity pools or shock absorbers. They're basically an upgrade, very simply to the Nostro Vostro accounts. It makes the Nostro Vostro unnecessary, and it's faster, better. It reduces latency. It reduces slippage. It reduces volatility. It's a shock absorber. It's the bumper bowling of the global financial system. Let's put it that way. And same with MCGA. That's for Crow. I think that's going to be AI machine money. That's just my guess. I can't get any validation on that. Nobody's breaking their NDAs for me, which isn't fun. Um, and then you got MSTR Strategy B, which was used to be called MicroStrategy. That's a pure play for Bitcoin. He's going a little different, going a little wild, interesting. He had an AI design, the STRC. It's a variable rate, um, grade A stock. So, like, if the price goes up, the rate goes down, the yield return goes down. If the price of the stock goes down, the yield return goes up. Usually holds around $10 or so, give or take. And so far, it's working pretty good. Volatility is low, and the volatility will decrease uh, with increased, influx and participation. That's how it goes. But I mean, let's zoom out and then come back in. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think there'll be a drawdown still. We have to have a shock. You have to, the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution with the problem is cooking right now. The problem's not done. Oh yeah, no, when I was talking about Smoke Dog, he says like, and he has his research and he had everything to back it up, but he said the problem's done. I don't know how to smoke. I don't know how to smoke it. I don't know how to spell it. Yes, that'll get really close. Oh, there's a K. There he is. And yeah, he was really helpful, explained things really well. And I was doing like a little shit posting, just what the heck? And he was like, "You need some help?" And so I was like, "Oh shit," like I don't want him to get mad at me or that I'm just shit talking and all that. It's not as big as I'm blowing it up, but I'm a small account, and this is Smoke Dog, yo. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, what? LOL. And he's like, unclear. And I was like, oh shit. kind of puckered up a little bit. And I was like, no, great research, man. Let's see what he said. Oil's impact on global inflation seems to be temporary and short lived. The Bank of Japan is no longer expecting to raise interest rates due to the easing of global geopolitical tensions. And he has his documents and everything, and that's what the data is showing. But you know what we call that? We call that the rug pull phase of the psyop. This is when, no, everything's normal, you're cool, sit back down in your chair. Oh shit, we just pulled the rug out from under you. Distractions fading away. Nothing to see here. It's all fine. Meanwhile, oh, it went down a little. But this is, I mean, it's still up 50% from 2 months ago. If your energy cost went up 50%, but the acceleration slowed down, but it's still up 50% from a couple months ago, your heating bill, you'd still think there's a problem. So that's why I just kind of said to him, like, what? LOL. Like, we're in the, with no explanation, no nothing, but we're in the rug pull phase. You need to sit down and get distracted, and that's when the problem reaction solution, that's when the problem happens, because they need you to react. 9/11, the pandemic of policies in 2019. If you didn't react with fear and were terrified and shit in your pants, they wouldn't have been able to put in all those policies and take away your rights. You have to react out of fear and terror for the policies to get implemented. So so he's saying, it's cool, we're chill, just relax, but he has the documents. Everyone's saying that, and that's why he posted it, just because that's the consensus of everyone getting paid to talk about it, is that it's chilling down. So you just chill now, because if you're already hyped up, you're already paying attention, your reaction will be less. So they need your reaction to be pure terror, pure confusion, so you're on your heels to get you to make the dumb decision. And so that's what I call the rug pull part of the psyop, or in the Hegelian dialectic, it's they create the problem, and then your role in the theater is to do the reaction. Oh my God! That's your reaction. They're like, oh, well, hey, since you're so terrified, here's the solution to the problem we created. And it works every time on you, because the impact seems to be temporary and short lived. Remember when inflation is just temporary and short lived. Remember when 2 weeks to slow the curve, it's just temporary and short lived. That's why I said, what? Little. And then he hit me back, and he's a big account, and I'm just an unverified little account. So I was like, oh, no, great research, but in my opinion, the damage is already done. 50-60% hike in energy costs over 2 months, and sustained high energy cost. Yeah, my wallet thinks it's still happening. Japan is looking for a scapegoat. They're going to raise rates, call an emergency, but they don't want to be the ones to blame for it. So they're waiting for something. What if the Fed lowers rates? That's going to force Japan to raise rates, and that's going to cause the reverse carry trade. So the prices are controlled. Don't be fooled. XRP is completely controlled right now. Oil is completely controlled. So as long as we have fake fiat Bank of London Federal Reserve fiat notes, I said fiat twice, fiat notes, then everything a fiat note touches is controlled and demonic and fake, phony, and false. It's festering rot. As long as an industry or a vertical is infected by fiat, it is completely controlled and contaminated. So even if we start, and I go on as I usually do, even if all oil production resumes right now, it's still months of pain, financial turmoil, pain. And, I was like, love your work. And then he liked my reply, so I sent back a little SpongeBob this thing saying, like, whew, that was close. because like shit posts you go out of whack real quick. And but yeah, that was fun. And great post. If you don't follow Smoke, SMQKE, uh, great post. Now, where was I at? So that was a little sideways thing. So we're hanging around little south of 16,000, which, yeah, 2 months ago we were at like 9,000. So can we do that? 6 months. So March, about 10,000. Yeah, 9,000. So people on the internets and the X's and the Twitters, this is where we were for months and months and months. And then this is where we are. And they say, you know what? Everything's fine, bro. Chill down. I'm like, well, I'm old enough to remember 2 months ago when everything's not fine right now and it's increasing. And uh, even if this is holding steady, Iran's going to have to cap their oil wells, which means production ramps down, which also means that they might not be able to turn those oil wells back on later because it could go wrong. Once it stops flowing, it's not guaranteed to turn back on. And what do we have? 12, 20 different oil production facilities get blown the hell up in the last couple weeks. So it's not fine. It's just it's a couple months behind. Like the Coyote and the Roadrunner, we're already off the cliff. We're just not looking down. This is down. This is where we should be. We're way up here jumping off the cliff. We're just not looking down. We don't see how far away we are. Some of us do. I do. The three people in the world listening to this, they see that we're running on the cliff. We're trying to run back, but we got parachutes. People listening to this podcast have parachutes, so we can run off a cliff because we know we're going to be okay. So all of this is happening at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Timing and what David Wilcox used to say, coincidences. You look for the coincidences. They happen. That's when you know you're. And I call it the groove. Wilcox used a different name, but I say the coincidences are how you find out you're in the groove. You see 11:11 on the clock. Lately, I've been like talking out loud while I'm listening to podcasts, and I say the same exact word on it when I'm thinking about something different as the guy on the podcast says the same exact word, and it's a rare word, not like the or nothing, but like weekend or that happened once and some other words, and that's been happening a lot. So that's a synchronicity to me, and synchronicity is important if you believe the universe is conscious and you're an actual living being with a soul. Then coincidences are important. I gotta go check on my chickens. I'll be right back. All right. So coincidences, right? Tomorrow is the 20th day of the countdown runs out. You know what? I think it runs out tonight, but let's find out. They couldn't. Thursday has four. Well, they're saying something completely dumb and retarded. Maybe it's because I'm dumb and retarded. SEC.gov is where I'm going next. What is this? What is this? What is this? Whoa. Oh, it took me right to it. Cool. Well, I didn't see any of this, so I guess this might be a lot of what I'm doing here. It looks a lot of the same thing. But okay. This is what I want to do anyways. Oh yeah, these are posts. October 19th, 2025. It was like March something. They filed their S-1. Go. Oh, fuck you. Aha. Looking. Well, shit. I don't see anything about a S-1. Maybe that's why I can't find anything. It'd be right in between here. View filings. Let's just go to all of them. A lot of filings already. S-1. March 26th. 2025. This is a year ago. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Eh, no, I heard other people talking about it for months. Is it an S4 instead of an S1? But they still didn't file that. These are all like 2025. Let's do it in filing date. Okay, so now we're going to the bottom. Well, shit. Okay. Damn, SEC, you need to get on the blockchain. This isn't what I want. I'm just looking to see if any information pops out. And I don't know what all the different, like this is a Q10 or whatever. I don't know all that shit yet. Learning it. So I can't find any of the filings. Let's see. Maybe they call it something different. Where's the newest stuff? It'd be around here. Same thing. here's the 13G. This is just people that got 2 million shares of it. I like it. It's like $20 million right now. They probably didn't pay that for sure, but I did the 10K. It's an 8K financial disclosure, financial statements and exhibits. It was right around here. Let's see it. But I saw S1 back here a year ago. I probably shouldn't be doing this live. This is probably boring. But this, I guess, I was doing that new thing where I do the podcast of the boring part. Peruse the documents, talk to yourself a bunch, get mad, go down a bunch of rabbit holes that lead nowhere. That's like the unsexy part of podcasting. People only usually show you like a half hour that took them, 10 hours to put together. So this is real podcasting. The real podcast housewives, chicken daddies. Do generic name. Okay, I got some of them. I got some of them. Public units, shares. Oh, they didn't do that yet. $1.50 extra. So it's if it opens, it's only each whole. Oh, that's the warrant. Read the whole sentence. November 7th, 2024. Um, am I looking for an S4 and I just been saying S1? Dang it! Now I confuse myself. I need validation. Okay. This is what the SEC wrote to them. Well, my whole premise for this video, I'm not getting. Let's go back to this. No, this. Oh, hold on. Got to go back up. When was shucks? When was this? Form 425. I don't have a date. December 4th. So this is old. So then I want to go here, I guess. That'll take me to that. Um, so I was going to go through all this. Just some cool talking points. This is a good point. Banks have not avoided public blockchains just based on regulation. That's the narrative. Just banks are too scared to go into it because it's not regulated yet. It's because every other trader could track what they're seeing because of the technology, because of the blockchain. So they are going in on it full blast by the millions and billions. They're just buying over the counter, which is OTC, and they're buying in dark pools, so you can't track it. And they're saving the exchange for last. Like when they drain the dark pools and the OTCs, that's when they're going to start buying on the exchanges. And when Evernorth goes public, they're probably going to start wanting to buy on the exchange as well because that's going to cause a supply shock, which is good for the price of Evernorth. So I'm just eyes. That's where I'm already there. So that's I'm seeing coincidences. I'm seeing they're just marketing like 7 billion XRP withdrawn from exchanges in February alone, and that's not over the counter in the deep pools. That's retail and a little more. That's not the whole story. That's a little slice of the whole pie. Let's try something. Okay, so it is an S4. Okay, so the internet's was right, and I just didn't understand them. So March 18th, 28, April 8th. No, that's more than 20 days. That'd be April 8th. Now we're at the 28th. Maybe it's 30 days. Let's do a think harder really quick. Just I want to know. I want to know how long the SEC has to decide. Ah, if I leave, can I come back? Or I could just post this whole thing. What is this? Save. Is this post? View chat. Where's post? Post the thing. There it is. Share. Post link. That'd still be the 27th. So that's today, right? Or yesterday. When is the soonest XRPN and Evernorth can go live? Oh, somebody said, oh, there it is, the 20 days. Okay. So I guess that answers my question. about no? So not tomorrow. Uh-oh. 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 Fuck, I don't know how to navigate Grok. But I just did it before. Oh, that's it. I gotta go all the way down. And minimal comments. The S-4 could be declared effective in early to mid-May. So they're saying a couple weeks. Oh, no. A month. If everything goes smoothly, a month. So it's not tomorrow. So that answers that question on the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. So it's going to be about a month, according to Grack. Well, see, okay, so that knocks it out. All the coincidences I was seeing. So not tomorrow, according to this, 30 to 90 days, but I mean, the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution. This needs to be in place. These digital asset treasuries, these deep liquidity pools, have to be in place before your reaction, before the preconceived solution of the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution. The shock absorbers have to be in place previous to the solution. I mean, they are the solution. So, or they're a part of the solution. So if we look at this as a timeline, if if we're doing business as usual, we're looking 6 to 10 weeks. So we're looking June or July. I mean, so that's another coincidence. What's coming up in July? That's our 250th anniversary of our birth when we dropped. So I'm gonna say wait. So 6 to 10 weeks. I'm gonna say before July 4th. We got to be in full swing. Everyone happy. Even the retarded septum ring blue haired fat fucks can't complain because we're doing so good by then. I mean, they'll still complain, but people will give way less shits about them than we do now. And like nobody would be paying them money to, you know, go stand in the streets and be dumb. Um, 6 to 10 weeks. So, all right. So I'm not as pumped as I was when I started this. It's not tomorrow. I sent a text out to some people like they could open tomorrow. I'm actually gonna 1 second. So okay, yeah. So the last thing we had from them is, yeah, bro, we're gonna close in Q1 2026. Well, shit. We're we're already past that. That was March. We're deep into Q2, medium deep. So I'm gonna go back over to this and look at this. Whoa, we're up. Just went up 5,500 yen. See, like everyone on the internet saying, "Hey, the problem's over." Boom! I say we're on a cliff, and you guys just aren't looking down. You're just not looking down. It ain't over. It's 60%. We're 60% up. Ain't over. 18. I keep saying, if you tuned into any of my podcasts, like we're going well over 20,000 yen for oil. Like it's happening. And oh, where was I? I was over here. So we got steps. So now I'm sad. So we got weeks. We got with this information and using my coincidences filter. I'm gonna say before July 4th, we'll be in good shape. And we still got to get the dividend check going in. Like we got to be happy. Like people are not happy right now. Things are ugly and stupid, and that's going to be a shitty birthday party for the country. So between now, which is let's say May, basically between May and July 4th, so we got June. We have to have like everything happen. So maybe May will be drawback month, and then June will be put it back together month. I don't know, but all right. So it's not tomorrow. And question asked and answered. So we got to sit in this freaking chop for a little while, this sideways chop for a little longer. Evernorth, what you do to me? Bunch of people. Recognize any of these guys? I think I recognize a couple of them. Anyways, yeah, so MCGA, no new filings there. They've been dead quiet. We just haven't uploaded it onto their website. Yeah, they haven't loaded it up to their website. There was a couple more. Who's in charge of the MCGA website? Come on. Come on. All right, they did. They got a report. Oh, I don't even know if I want to look at the report. I will. All right, so where's the December? This is the last one I knew of. They did a current report. They reported some more heavy hitters. Another current report. Annual report. Ooh, people are leaving. Mr. Riayo. The CEO. But Kevin McGurn, because I did a really deep dive on MCGA, and uh, Crypto.com is in charge of picking everybody. Company expresses their gratitude. Oh no, Troy Yao was appointed CEO of the company. How do I post? Is it this? Yes. Yes. What? Oh, that's bad. Fuck you. Close this guy. They didn't put that on their website. Why? I didn't see that anywhere. And I put it on my little stupid, like on that bullet for a halo. That's my music, and so on that account, I only follow like Flair. I only follow a couple people, so I don't have to get all the dumb shit that bots do. Oh, okay, you ready? Here we go. Oh, before I'm gonna go away from it because before they bought in, MCGA bought in at and we're doing MCGA now. I don't know if I made that clear. Yorksville acquisition. This is a TMTG, which is Trump DJT ticker, and Crypto.com's merger, and they bought a billion at 15 cents. So they're down probably 500,000. I just want to see if they have a chart so I could just dive on into it easily. How long is this? Oh my God, this is like 100 pages. I went through this document last year, I think, and there were some juicy things like the possibility of a dividend. Like they didn't say they're going to do a dividend, but they didn't say they weren't. They said they could if they wanted to, maybe, if maybe, probably. I don't know, but I'm looking for a chart. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, Troy was the financial officer. Now he's the CEO. And Crypto.com got to pick, was it 5 out of 9 or something like that? They spell it all out, but Crypto.com was in charge of the CEO and CFO at least. And I think like 5 out of 9. No money. Omar Hassan. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is their shares. All right. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. 176 million. Liabilities 7 million. What did I thought of that? I don't think that's right. Total liabilities, Class A ordinary shares, subject to redemption and share deficit. I don't know. That's not right. Because they bought in at 15.3 cents a share Crow, and now it's down to 7. So they should be down about 50%, which to them would be like 500 million. But, and I so it, is the Crow that they bought in escrow? In escrow? Haha. um, and if it is in escrow, can it be staked? Like for Evernorth, they bought $1 billion worth of XRP. Can they send that over to Flare while it's in escrow so it could be working for them? I don't know these things. All right, yeah, okay. Quit being red. I don't know, maybe be red. Six 6 billion Chronos tokens. That's what they have right now, at least. But now they're down 50%. And they want to buy another $5 billion worth. And the thing is, the only thing people are getting out of this, they're not getting paid, they're not getting money, they're just getting shares of this. So for all this work just to get shares back, you gotta kind of hope it's going to be worth something. All right, so they're down 1 million. What's up with them? I got to go look at my old videos because I went deep into all the financials when they were first coming out. Because they bought, well, that 6 billion. It looked like maybe Kronos, Crypto.com gave it to them. 6 billion Kronos. But I thought they bought $1 billion worth. Maybe TMTG did that and they have it, so they're sitting on a loss. No, they bought it at 15.3% or 15.3 cents per crow. And that's when I bought in. So, like, I'm down as well. But I think Crow's going to be machine money here coming up. So I'm holding. And it's an unrealized loss if I don't sell. So, boo hoo. So I'm not seeing anything. And I don't remember enough of. I went deep into the last financial records. Like, I spent like 4 or 5 hours reading it up till 2 a.m. and, you know, sent a bunch of screenshots and emails to myself. And then I did a video at like 4 a.m. putting it all together. There were some juicy tidbits, and it was exciting because it was like, my first deep dive of a company opening, like as a shareholder. So it was pretty exciting to me. But here we go again. So, well, let's do a thing. I don't know. Whoa, do the thing I want. Oh, you can't? You can't just do the thing I want? All right, I'm going to check on the chickies really quick before I even look. Chickies are fine. These SPAC merger closing the business combination. See, so this goes back to coincidences again. Um, Evernorth and MCGA, which are both SPACs, special purpose acquisition companies, I call them shock absorbers. Their official name is DATs, Digital Asset Treasuries, Deep Liquidity Pools. They were both supposed to go live Q1 of 2026. Both missed that deadline. Okay, I did know it. Good. That's validation. They did their S4, which I thought it was going to be an S1. It was confidential. They didn't make it public that they did it. So 3 to 6 months, they're saying here, once it's filed. And as what we just saw for Evernorth, they filed in March, April, May, June. So yeah, June to August. Like, so they missed Q1 by a while because I think they did the confidential S4 um, in December, if I remember correctly. It doesn't say anything here, but I think they filed in December. So yeah. So 5 months of confidential review. So yeah, so that was December. So both of them wanted to have their digital asset treasuries, their deep liquidity pools, which these deep liquidity pools are a new type of thing, actively managed, pure play. They're not a treasury, but like uh, Master, which just buys Bitcoin and holds it, and then uses uh, like stocks and all that, issues stocks to raise more money to buy more Bitcoin and hold it longer, which is fine. These guys are actively managed, which they loan and borrow their asset out. They actively stake it, so they're making passive income on it, which then again gets loaned out or staked again. So it's compounding, and if the price appreciates, that's double and triple compound. So these are a different beast, and they've been ready for months, like 6 months, 8 months, completely ready, a year. And they're just, I see them in my head, like little spacecrafts just hovering. Like, what are they doing? They're just hovering out there, completely built, completely ready to go, filed their S4s. We're just waiting on the SEC to okay them. MCGA, make Kronos great again. That one is a confidential review. So they're just hovering, and we need these deep liquidity pools, these DATs, these shock absorbers. They need to be in place and active and up and running before the Hegelian dialectic, before the problem reaction solution even goes into effect. And what I keep showing you is we are damn close. I mean, a 63% rise in energy. What does 10 years look like? Ooh, it came up before. Oh, it went down. Wow. When was that? 2020. Oh, yeah. The pandemic of policy. But in the last year, it ain't over, bro. We're up here. And there's gonna be something. The goal is to trigger the reverse carry trade in Japan so we could get all our treasuries back so we could issue stable coins. That's the plan. And you're going to need, and Nostro Vostro is going to be dead. So you're going to need something like a deep liquidity pool, a shock absorber. But how do we get there? That's the thing that's going to happen in the next month or so. Seems like might have some rug pulls. And if every influencer on the internet is telling us that everything's cool, everything's, you know, things are worth this, and now we're way up here, and the influencer's saying, no, bro, everything's back to normal. And this chart is not normal. And everyone on the internet saying, maybe it's over and everything's cool, go back to sleep. I recommend you don't go back to sleep. Keep your parachute on, keep your bug out bag packed, all of that, which I mean DCA, get your dollar cost average down, hold, don't tell people what you own, just get into assets, get out of fiat. So yeah, we're still around hovering. It was over 100 a little bit ago, but we're hovering around 100. So just, ooh, I didn't do think harder yet. Oh yeah, December 1st. It said it right up here. Oh, and the only proof that they filed an S4 is that the company said they filed a confidential S4 in December of 2025. And that was their last posting on their website. And they got a new CEO. Because the first one, I went through the documents, crypto.com has the say of, I think it was, yeah, I said it already, 5 out of 9 board members, and then CEO and CFO and all that. And crypto.com is going to manage it and stake it. They're going to run their own node. MCGA is going to run their own validator node. Um, a bunch of things. Maybe a dividend, but they're going to have yield. But I think they're going to take that yield, reinvest it, maybe give a portion back in dividend. I don't know. But they didn't say they're not going to have a dividend. They said maybe kind of. All right, let's just try this. So, okay, so probably like my title said, are they going to open tomorrow? Most likely not. Like, 90% chance no. Oh, now I'm talking about Evernorth. It's probably going to be weeks to a month or two. Um, I say before July 4th, but we got to have the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution. Ooh, they're scouring. So, completion of D-SPAC merger. So that's how I'm going to type it in. It's not go live, it's D-SPAC is the official term. I'm learning. So okay, in the next couple of weeks we'll get their publicly filed S4, and then it's 2 to 4 months after the S4 goes public. So how the hell did they even imagine that they were going to finish in Q1? And so nobody's saying this, but in my mind, because MCGA and Evernorth are linked, not like financially or they're not the same entity, just that they are both shock absorbers needed. And that CS um the CSTC and the SEC came up with that list of 16. was not on the list, but it fits the description. But it was not on the list of the 16. But it function, it walks and talks and acts like a commodity, so probably a commodity. It just didn't get that little boost of clarity that the SEC and the CSTC gave to 16 others. But what's been bugging me about that letter is most of the 16 makes sense. You know, okay, they got some utility, they got some work to do down the road. But then Shiba Inu came up as one of the 16. So that's what I'm going to ask next because like nobody on the internet even really thinks it's a question worth asking. Like, why was Shiba Inu listed next to XRP and all of them? That's a question that's like digging at my brain. Yeah. So I'm gonna okay. So crow's a commodity for sure, but so March 17th, the SEC and the CFTC. Ooh, I've been seeing CSTC. Have I? No, CFTC. I've been CF. I forgot what that stands for though, but I'll remember it again later. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Shiba Inu was on the list as well. So you got all these heavy hitters, and then you got Shiba Inu. And don't get me wrong, I'm not dogging Shiba Inu. Haha. Um, I think it's going to be. I'm building a case for why I'm asking the question. Like one of these things doesn't belong here, like Sesame Street, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Shiba Inu. You're like, wait, 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 wait. So what's the function? What's the utility of Shiba Inu? I got an idea. I got a working theory, and it's not. It's a hypothesis right now, and it's shaky at best. But let me just say what I think before I read that, and I'll adjust my data. Um, I think we're going to Shiba Inu is going to be used for in-game currencies and games like maybe Fortnite, maybe GTA 6. If they use Shiba Inu as like the game currency of the world of that world, and they have signs in there and they have Shiba Inu stations, or that's huge. Or they use it in a like a Marvel movie or some big blockbuster movie coming up. Okay, that's utility. Now you're going to be a heavy hitter and you deserve to be on that list. Well, as of right now, I, I don't see why it's on that list. Why it deserves to be on the list. So let's read now. Let's see if I get some knowledge dropped on my face. So 16 commodities because it meets the agency's criteria for digital commodity under the joint interpretation of guidance of March 17th. Okay, so it was listed because it meets the criteria. There are 47 million different cryptocurrency tokens in existence right now. So they're saying the only reason they picked it is because it fits the criteria. So what they're actually saying is out of the 47 million, so only these 16 do it. So that means Crow doesn't do it because it wasn't picked. And the other 47, 46,999,900, fucking 80 something, 70 something, they don't fit it either. Because the reason these 16 were picked is because they meet the agency's criteria. That's not the full story, obviously. Create a token taxonomy that distinguishes assets based on their characteristics. Okay, decentralized and community-driven nature over time, has become highly decentralized with no single. So that means it's a mature blockchain by the Clarity Act's definition. That's not official yet, but that's how the Clarity Act will define it. A mature blockchain. Nobody has over 19% of the tokens, so it's truly decentralized. I would call it distributed, but we're not there yet. That's the next couple of years. Yeah, they're doing the Shibarium, and so they're going to have new burning mechanisms coming out, actual utility and functionality for payments, staking, DeFi application, NFT, gas fees on share, and other ecosystem functions. Functional network rather than purely speculative. And I want to ask questions without doing leading questions to Grok. I want to see what they come up with. So I got to form my question. So here's the full list. Like most of them I get, and then Shiba Inu's on here. So that's just like my conspiracy brain. I'm like, okay, why'd you list that one? You had 47 million to choose from, and you chose that one. Exchanges. All right, we'll do a thank harder really quick. Yeah. All right, nothing too important. I mean, of course, there's probably if my hypothesis is has any validity to it, uh, they're gonna there's India. It's gonna be used in video games and movies. Like in the movie, within the universe of the movie, Shiba Inu will be a real currency there. You know what I mean? Like they'll be spending it in the movie kind of thing, and you'll see the icons and the posters and the billboards of Shiba Inu in the movie. Like that's my little hypothesis. All right, I can't think of anything, so I'm going to do a leading question. As the universe is. See, I don't know how. If you don't know how to ask the question, that means you don't fully understand it yet. So I spend 90% of the time researching, trying to figure out the right question. That's what I was doing with the deep liquidity pools, the DAX, the shock absorbers. I'm still trying to figure out the correct question. What are they? Why are they just hovering out there, completely built, 100% ready to go? They're just hovering, and everyone says, well, it's because the SEC didn't blah 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 yet. I mean, you take $4 million, put it in 4 bank accounts. That SEC will give it to you right now. So that's not the answer. Something else. So, but asking the right question is important. I'm not. I want it more than in-game currency. I want it. In-game currency. But that's talking to like buy skins. That's for the video games. Or that's the best I could ask it now. I don't fully understand it, so I'm not asking it correctly. Hey, it understood what I was saying. All right, well, this answers it. It shot it down. Damn, it got it. It got it. It's a card game. All right. Oh, AI to develop a Shiba themed interactive gaming app that integrates Shiba rewards. Still a relatively small sale. The metaverse is coming up. That's still being developed. Nothing mainstream yet. We're buying movie tickets. Okay. Third party to successfully build popular games on shit. Okay, they're talking about on the Shibarium. I'm talking like Grand Theft Auto 6. Like Shiba Inu is the currency your character spends and steals from other people that they murdered. You wouldn't get cash or dollars. You'd have Shiba, ship. Like that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so probably not, but not out of the realm of impossibility, but probably not. Most likely, maybe something in gaming. So I still got the itch in my head, man, and it's not the poison ivy. Hopefully not. Uh, it's why was Shiba Inu listed on the top 16? And maybe I'm even phrasing it wrong. These aren't like the top 16. They're just examples, but they are the top 16. A lot of them are the top 10, top 5. Why did Shiba Inu make it on that list? That's crazy times. But okay, thanks, Grok. That was cool. I got some things. And Flair wasn't on there. You know what? One more. And I know I've been over. I usually try to keep it under an hour. And people are sleeping on Flair. I really like that because that's more for me. Okay, cool. I'm getting answers. It was not exhaustive. It was just an example. Okay. But still, man, like maybe Flare's not a mature blockchain yet. You know, maybe somebody owns. Well, the vaults. Well, that's the whole point of the vaults is to accumulate. Maybe they can't accumulate over 19%. Oh, that's tricky. I got to think about that too. There's so much to think about. So many moving parts. Okay. Yeah, they are. Centralization concerns, not a mature blockchain as the the forthcoming Clarity Act will define it. Okay, that's cool. All right, we did a lot. I still want this. No. I want this. No. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna come back to that. MCGA. So yeah, MCGA and Evernorth should have had targets of Q1, missed it. All right, we're kind of chilling. Everything's a little slow. Both of them missed it though, and we're all saying, "Well, it's because of the SEC." No, no, try again. And oh. All right, so it's not opening tomorrow for Ripple. Wouldn't that have been insane though? Ripple, Evernorth opens up. We drain all the supply from the stock exchanges. Ripple pumps like crazy at the open of XRP Las Vegas, or XRP pumps like crazy, and Ripple at the open of Las Vegas. Like all our wildest dreams come true right as XRP Vegas opens. Like, oh, I wanted that. But I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe we'll get some news. Flair's going to be there. Hugo Filion is uh, the keynote speaker one of the nights. So that's amazing. And they just did that FIP 16, the new suggestion. I forgot what they call it, but the new thing for Flair came out, where it's the Flair flywheel and just some really good things coming up. So, all right. Hopefully, my this video is not going to be clickbait. Well, nobody for it to be clickbait, people have to click. So, yeah. So, answer no. Evernorth's not opening up tomorrow. It's not going live tomorrow. It's going to be months. We're probably looking June or July. So if I had to guess based on the information from Grok and the timelines from the SEC and all that, I'll say before July 4th. I'll say yeah, sometime in June is where I'm at now until I get more information. But it seems like, and if I had to overlay that with the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution, I'm going to say May. May might be a dark month, and then June will be a very happy month. Just if you know, just an arbitrary playbook of the Hegelian dialectic. So that's where I'm standing right now. All right, folks. Thanks for everything. Love you. Keep posted for XRP Las Vegas news tomorrow. We're expecting that hopefully there'll be some announcements. Hugo's going to do a really good speech. Whenever he talks, he does well. And it's just everything XRP this weekend. Let's go. Later, folks.